Today, we're going to talk about a story of incredible valor, one that for a long, long time has been pushed to the sidelines. It's the story of Black soldiers who earned the nation's highest military honor, the Medal of Honor, all while fighting a second, deeply personal battle against discrimination right here at home.
This quote, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures this dual struggle. Just try to imagine it. You're fighting for the ideals of freedom in some foreign land, all while knowing those same freedoms aren't fully yours back home. That's the core tension we're going to unpack today.
So, what did this fight on two fronts really look like? Well, to get a handle on the true scale of this story, we've got to start with the numbers. To date, 91. That's the number of Black recipients who have been awarded the Medal of Honor. And that number, it represents this long, incredible history of service, sacrifice, and heroism that goes all the way back to the American Civil War. And just so we're all on the same page, what is the Medal of Honor? It's the nation's highest award for valor, period. It was created back during the Civil War, originally to boost morale and recognize just unbelievable courage on the battlefield. It really is the ultimate symbol of bravery.
But here's where the story takes a turn, and it's a crucial one. For so many Black soldiers, getting that recognition was anything but immediate. Look at this timeline. The delays are just staggering. For heroic actions in World War I, the medal wasn't awarded until 1991. That's a wait of over 70 years. For World War II, it was more than half a century. And let's be clear, this wasn't some clerical error. This was a pattern.
To really understand the roots of this story, we have to go back to where it all began, the Civil War. During this conflict, 26 African Americans earned the medal, and a lot of their stories are woven into the fabric of one of the most famous units in American history, the 54th Massachusetts Volunteer Infantry. And inside the 54th, we meet our central figure, Sergeant William Harvey Carney. And his story is, wow. He was born into slavery, but he escaped to freedom on the Underground Railroad. And then he willingly joined the Union Army to fight for the very nation that had allowed him to be enslaved. Just think about that for a second. Carney's defining moment, his act of incredible heroism, came during a legendary and absolutely brutal battle. It was a moment so profound it would cement his place in history forever.
Okay, so picture this. The date is July 18th, 1863. The 54th Massachusetts is chosen to lead a frontal assault on Fort Wagner, a heavily fortified Confederate stronghold. This was a dangerous, almost suicidal mission, and yet they charged forward with unbelievable bravery, straight into a storm of cannon and musket fire. In the middle of this chaos, the soldier carrying the American flag, the color sergeant, he's shot down. In that split second, Carney X. As his official citation reads, he grasped the flag and just kept charging, planting that flag on the enemy's walls. You have to understand, protecting the flag, the colors, was everything. Losing it was a symbol of total defeat. It was unthinkable. And the cost of his actions was immense. As the Union forces were eventually pushed back, Carney carried that flag back through constant, withering fire. He was shot in his arm, then his leg, then his chest. A fourth bullet even grazed his head. And through all of that, he never, ever let that flag touch the ground. Wounded, bleeding, and exhausted, he finally makes it back to the safety of his own lines, and as he hands that precious flag over to another soldier, he says these legendary words, "Boys, I only did my duty. The old flag never touched the ground." And you know, what's amazing is that Carney's incredible act of valor wasn't some isolated instant. A year later, at a different battle, Sergeant Major Christian Fleetwood did something remarkably similar. When two color bearers were shot down, Fleetwood grabbed the flags and carried them, quote, nobly through the fight, rallying his entire unit. This kind of profound bravery against all odds was just a hallmark of these soldiers. But as we've said, the act of valor was just one part of the story. The fight for recognition was the other front in this war, and man, was it a long one. This right here, this really puts it all into perspective. It took 37 years for William Harvey Carney to receive his Medal of Honor. But look at the heroes of World War II, like First Lieutenant Vernon Baker. The delay was even worse. It wasn't until a 1993 Army study concluded that, and this is a direct quote, racial discrimination was a significant reason no Black soldiers received the medal in that war. Only then were their cases reviewed. It took over 50 years to correct that injustice. And that delay, it had a profound, tragic human cost.
Of the 7 black soldiers who were finally awarded the Medal of Honor for their service in World War II, only one, Vernon Baker, was still alive to receive it in person in 1997. The other 6 awards were posthumous. So why does telling these stories, correcting these massive delays, why does it matter so much today? Well, it's about a whole lot more than just setting the record straight. Here's the crucial takeaway. Recognizing these heroes isn't just about awarding a medal late. It's about actively correcting a historical wrong. It reshapes our collective memory. It gives us a fuller, more honest picture of who truly fought and sacrificed and bled for this nation's ideals, even when the nation didn't always fight for them in return.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. When we finally acknowledge this fight on 2 fronts, one against a foreign enemy and another against injustice right here at home, how does that fundamentally change our understanding of American history and what it truly means to be a patriot?